before he became president, and he's announcing it, so he's of course taking credit for it.
No, he didn't take credit for that Japanese company that's coming in. He announced it, but he didn't say it was him.
Well, One Way or something. The new thing that's new. That they said was new, but
he said that he wasn't involved in it.
Okay.
He just announced that and Sprint, bring 5,000 people in.
Yeah.
I thought Sprint was an American company. I didn't realize it was Japanese.
No, I think they. I don't know if they are.
They are. They just said it.
They are?
The one guy, Mutsu Tsunami's son, owns them, whatever his name is. And he owns that One Way also, the same thing. He owns that company too.
Well, look, as who is it? Amy Klobuchar said, she is the senator from Minnesota. But no, she didn't say it. Somebody said it from Klobuchar said it. She said any action that brings more jobs to this country, she says she's all in favor of. Let's face it.
Yeah, why not? We should all be in favor of it.
No, I know. And it really makes no difference. Look, you know something? President Obama said it best. We want him to succeed because if he succeeds, America succeeds.
Well, he's not acting like he wants to succeed with everything that he's done.
Oh, look, anything that he's done by a presidential signature can be undone.
No, I'm talking what he just did with Israel. That was pretty, Congress all, they took a vote today and it was a unanimous resolution that they announced what he did. But that doesn't mean anything.
Look, Republicans have always had very good relations with Israel. Republicans have always supported Israel. Okay? First of all, they're our only real allies that we can count on in the Middle East.
Yeah. Only democratic country.
The only democratic country.
In that area, yeah.
And, it's funny, when you look at a map and you look and see how small Israel is in comparison, and you look at Jordan and you look at Syria and Saudi Arabia, and all the other countries, you say, what difference is it? This little piece of land. And the whole inane idea that, the Palestinians don't want to admit that Israel has the right to exist.
You can't have peace until they... how can you have peace if they say we want to destroy Israel?
That's exactly right. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I was watching on my Jewish broadcasting service today. They had a NYU law professor, Tannenbaum, and he was talking to a former Israeli official. And he said, right now, which is nothing that even I haven't said, and I've never been to Israel. When you have 13-year-olds, carrying a knife and they're told, go out and kill Jews, and you have 6- and 7-year-olds with wooden rifles making believe, like we used to play cowboys and Indians, making believe that they're playing war and shooting and killing people, and then I almost hate to bring this up, but last year I remember ISIS sentenced somebody to death for whatever reason. They killed him, and then some kid took a knife and he cut his head off. And they showed it on YouTube. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
They have absolutely no regard for life.
Well, they're taught from the beginning.
That's it.
That's the right thing to do.
My dad.
By the way, just before I forget, Joel and Janet are on the on Spreaker listening to us live.
Oh, hello. They must both be under the weather because Friday is usually their dancing night. So We welcome Joel and Janet down in Florida. Want to thank you for tuning us in. I hope the show meets with your standards. I know they are a big critic of you and I, but they love the arguing. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
You know, what can I tell you?
You don't.
Well, I don't like when you surprise me with it. That's true. You know.
Well, that's the best when I surprise you. Your natural reaction is the best.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, he has stomped on the table. He has thrown coffee cups at me. He's gotten up
I've even
left.
threatened to walk off the air, you know. That's exactly right.
It's really good.
I feel like Peter Finch, you know, in Network, opening up the window and yelling out, "I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore."
Exactly.
You know.
We also have Elisa's on with us. She hasn't called in yet, but she has sent me a couple of songs from iPluggers that she recommends, so we'll be listening to them a little later.
Okay. But really, we do want to know what you think about, you know, over the next 14 days, how you're preparing for the new administration. I have to say, Michelle Obama got very choked up today, and it was very emotional listening to her talk about what it meant for her to be First Lady, okay? And that it, you know, especially in raising the two girls in the White House, you know, with all eyes on them and everything. And I know Obama is going to say his goodbyes in Chicago on Tuesday.
Now, he also sent a letter to the people of the United States.
I haven't read that.
It somehow it wound up in the back of the news.
But I know he's planning to speak with Trump at least one more time before Trump is sworn in as president.
We have Elisa, just so you know.
Hi, Elisa.
Hi.
So anyway,
you know, one of the things I was going to say was I think it's very nice to see, you know, during this transition of one administration to another, that Bush is going to be there. Okay.
the
Clintons are going to be there. I mean, this is
Hillary's going to run for mayor now in New York.
No, that's, you know, first of all, I thought you have to live in New York. She lives in Chappaqua.
She probably has an apartment upstairs.
Well, her offices are in Brooklyn, so she could always claim that she sleeps there.
And he also has offices in Manhattan.
He does.
Yeah, there may be an apartment. Knowing him, there's an apartment upstairs.
Well, his offices are in Harlem.
Yeah,
I know.
Right upstairs. There's always a bedroom by him.
Look, I don't know. I'm not a resident of New York City, so personally I don't care. I think she would be wise to just, as MacArthur said, you know, old soldiers don't die, they just fade away. Well, you know, elderly politicians, when they had their day in the sun, you know, let her relax and enjoy her grandchildren. Let her write another book. You know, let her support organizations that she wants to. I mean, you know, when you think about it, aside from Obama, she's like the titular head of the Democratic Party because she was the standard bearer for president.
Now, one of the things just like the letter that Obama wrote, there were more emails released by the Justice Department 2 days ago.
About Hillary?
Yeah, more of her. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't just leave it alone.
Because
you know,
I think they're required to release all the stuff as it comes out. That's the other 15,000 emails they found.
Well, you see, Putin did him a favor. What was it that he said?
Well, those had nothing to do with Putin.
No, but don't you remember what Trump said when they were still going hot and heavy?
Yeah, if you find
the 30,000 emails that she wiped out. Yeah.
He never did, though. He never found them. Nobody ever found those.
No. And the bottom line with Hillary, she ran a poor campaign. She really did. You know, she didn't have a message for the American people. She never went out again, which I said from the beginning was a mistake, to Wisconsin, to Ohio, to Michigan. Okay, she took these as states that were in her column, and she lost them big time. Okay, Joe Biden said when he looked at one of her, and you and I discussed this last week or the week before, Joe Biden happened to say when he was critiquing one of her last campaign outings, he said, "What's wrong with this picture?" He said, "There's nobody that looks like me," meaning Joe Biden. Blue collar guy. Well, he's white collar, but I mean, blue collar. She had no blue collar people in any of her commercials. Everything was, she was so worried about people of color. Okay, minorities, women, and people of color. You know?
Well, she didn't get them like she wanted, that's for sure.
Well, look, she made a lot of mistakes. Leave it alone. It's over. Look, it doesn't pay to cry over spilled milk. Like it or not.
The problem is, they could still find the case against her.
But you know something? I think Trump is smart enough to know that
it's not up to Trump.
What, the Justice Department?
Yep. And who's the head of the Justice Department?
Sessions.
Yeah.
Well, he will be.
I
think they're going to have other problems on their mind. Okay? I don't think it behooves anybody or it pays, to go after Hillary. She's not the president. She really has, no effect on people's lives anymore, basically.
Yeah.
Except
to annoy people.
Well, don't they all?
Yeah.
You know who was the smartest, I have to say? George Bush. He left the White House with the lowest rating of any president in history. That's number one. But he just faded into the background. He went to his ranch and he started painting, and he enjoys it, much like my friend Joel, who has won quite a few awards. Okay, he takes classes at Florida American University or something to that effect. But he's taken art classes, and he paints in oils, and he does. I don't know. Look, I am no artist, but the bottom line is, Bush did the right thing. He had a low profile. Clinton, and I mean Bubba, can't help but be out there because people are crazy about him. He's got to be out in the limelight. Hillary doesn't have to be. By her own admission, she's not much of a talker. She's not a campaigner. Okay, she doesn't have the personality that her husband has, and that's okay. Personally, I think we're going to be seeing more of Michelle Obama than President Obama. I think President Obama is going to take some time off, probably write a book. He'll teach law.
They're staying in Washington.
Well, yeah, their younger daughter has one more year to go.
Yeah, but they want to be involved in politics a little bit, they say.
They keep asking her, is she going to run? She's not going to run, okay? But I do think that when, certain things that are her passion, okay, she will, have a voice, as far as young women and girls and as far as staying fit. Whatever her message was for the 4 years in the White House, if his rating right now is 55%, hers is at least 10 points higher than his.
She's
just like Laura Bush. Everybody loved Laura Bush. Everybody loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to speak to Elisa now because she picked a couple of songs for me to play today.
Okay.
So we're going to go. Elisa, you there?
I'm here.
You can chime in any time, Elisa. We don't have to invite you.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was just laying back and was, I got echoed.
Well, if he's going to play a song, Both our coffee cups are empty, so I'm going to make coffee. I will be right back.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what songs you had today. Let's see.